Hello everyone, my name is Vietnam. Um, Today we introduce with everyone the subjects about no longer hidden by using cryptocurrency, the de-anonymizations, and our group members. The other group member is Long Nguyen, Caesar Meyer, Hung Kun. A little bit introduction about what is cryptocurrency is. Cryptocurrency platform or digital or virtual currency. De-anonymizations is a data mining strategy. The de-anonymizations identifies encrypted. We introduce some techniques of de-anonymizations, which is detecting leaks for de-anonymization toward hidden services, which is have three phases: explorations, candidate selections, and validation. The anonymization toward hidden service, which is shows on the graph right here, on this diagram right here, toward explorations, which can exit to the cloud through here with a Tor, and internet can be accessed in and out by candidate selections and validations. As you can see, it's onions URLs. Enter the first phrase to Tor explorations, and then go to database, and from database is go to candidate selections, and here is approaching validations with candidate pairs. From this step, we actually detected the where location at. User de-anonymizations, which is better known as the address of API BIOS 445 transactions are exactly 324 bitcoins. The algorithm chooses a specific API address as a user of the high page rank node. Transaction graph as shown right here. As you can see, the page rank nodes, which is display as a blue dot, which is top 30 nodes and the first order edges, and the red node and the red dot is present annotated nodes. And you can see this is the review users based on the Bitcoin top forums user, and this is a zero address. APIC's core is sent to single no public keys. Graph analysis. Graph analysis is a framework which developed to de-anonymizations of identifiers of users that given publicly available information. And the graph shows right here, which is the graph analysis. As you can see, Bitcoin, the web scrapings, which is forums, social medias, and here they have user ID and as a Bitcoin, go into the blockchain pages and TS graph, which is the transaction graph, and then they go to the entity graph and user activity reviews. As you can see here, they can see all the users activities will be revealed over here on the last circle down. Next.
Okay, so another technique of de-anonymizing was trying to pinpoint the geographic location of Bitcoin users based on the user's spending habits and time zone. They gathered the blockchain information available from Bitcoin to help narrow down the users, as well as search public websites for further information. And the researchers had a 72% accuracy rate of correctly identifying the country of origin of the users. And so the way they did it is they were able to convert the universal time zone to the user's actual time zone. So by doing that, they were able to pinpoint almost the exact country that they're in, if not the correct country. And also another form that they used was Bloom filters. Bloom filters are data structures that help check whether an element is a member of a set. The advantage is that it uses less space and only uses two operations, insert and query. Insert puts the data through the filter, and the query returns whether the data has been inserted before. These Bloom filters are commonly remembered by their false positive rates. However, one advantage is that you never get false negatives using this algorithm. Mr. Nick exploits a vulnerability in the implementation of connection bloom filtering to gather real data of more than 30,000 wallets. So by doing this, they were able to narrow down even more users and what transactions they belong to, or what transactions they did.
The following techniques are used for darknet de-anonymization. One of the techniques is determining the change address. It assumes that the user withdraw or deposit into the darknet market. The change address is the address that is created by the systems when a user initiates a transaction. By running a heuristic script, it can determine the time of all the addresses in the transaction and cross out the one with the most recent timestamp. So all the other addresses belong to one user. Another technique is exposing users' real IP address by attacking the Bitcoin network building DOS protection. A script is used to send malformed messages from users' stored IP address, which would cause the network to ban it, leaving the user only choice to use real IP address. Another technique is using a neural network to learn the user's behaviors and predict the user's new address. A neural network is used to classify users and predict whom a strange address belongs to. The following techniques will deal with the mixing services. But first, we have to know what a mixing service is. Mixing services are services that use mixers to break connection between addresses. A mixer takes in several bitcoins as input. It mixes them up and divides them into several outputs without direct transferring from sender to receiver. One of the techniques is finding the equivalent transactions value between input and output. Some consideration would be the mixing service fee, the transaction fee, since it will deduct it directly from the input Bitcoin, and the time it will take to mix and to transfer, and the maximum output address, since one input can result in several outputs. Another technique is by solving the maximum weighted bipartite matching formula problem. It stated that the largest weights between a pair of sender and receiver would indicate that the two exchange with each other. The formula is the negative sum of ln of the probability that a payer is paying his coin to multiple receivers.